Thank you for stopping at the channel. It is Monday here in Bangkok, Thailand, where everybody is just free-flowing. Life is moving and grooving. The sun is up here because it's 7:41 in the morning. So that means it's 7:40 at night in the States, Central, I'm assuming, or East Coast, Central. Probably 8:41 East, and about 5 or 6 West or coastal time zone. I'm still here at the Bangkok airport. I'm sure I'll be hooking up with Austin Holloman. The hopes is today. We'll see how it goes. And I've been meeting so many wonderful souls from all over the world. We've been having heart-to-heart conversations, y'all. It's like bittersweet. It's like, I don't want to be, stranded, but I'm experiencing some beautiful stuff. Here's the crew I flew in with. Check them out. Yes, here at Bangkok, Thailand. Check it out. Let you see. Don't let nobody. I was unaware of it, being from the U.S. and living there all my life. I thought the Eastern meant everybody eating just rice. Which, rice is heavy duty here. I mean, they got a dessert that's mango. They chop up mango and they eat it with sticky rice. I don't know if there's a sauce. Maybe they make a mango sauce, but it's like rice and fruit. I guess it would be kind of equal to, if you think about it, it makes sense to me. Because it would be like, Rice Krispie treats. And, if you put fruit in it, like whether strawberries, mango, blueberries, at least that's the logic that I see it. What they're doing is they just eating the rice the way they eat it, sticky, cooked, what have you, instead of frying up the rice and making rice puffs, like Rice Krispie treats with fruit in it. That's pretty much what it is. So thank you for the thumbs up. Thanks for visiting. Shout out to my nieces, Talea and Maddie, and my niece, Tyann. God bless them. God bless you. I love y'all. I love you. I do. All I got is love for you, near or far. Shout out to Gigi. She knows who she is, and I love her very much. And I got love for human beings, souls. Look at this chick. Let me show you this lady. Y'all, everybody that I be like, it's like I'm having deja vu every, I don't know, 10 minutes. Like deja vu, because a lot of these ladies here in Thailand, I'm not sure if they're all Thai ladies. They could be. I haven't, asked, because will ask. I will walk up on someone gently and politely and respectfully and just be like, hi, like, where are you from? Kind of thing. And, but could nobody tell me if I was walking that this lady was not my sister? Like, it blows me away. Like, every lady that I've seen almost on a daily remind me of my youngest sister. It's I can't explain it. It's like, I don't know. The best way to put it is, I guess we'll use somebody famous. Because I did see a a Asian Kim Kardashian looking lady, which I thought was cool, but my phone was charging, so I didn't get to capture her. But I've been sending like my mom, which my mom, you know, is older. And I'm thankful and blessed to have my mom at 76. She just turned 76. So I'm so grateful and thankful. You know, long life is a huge blessing. But yeah, again, yeah, seeing like, you know, doppelgangers, like, you know, you can tell the universe is like, it's billions of people and we all looking like somebody out here. Like, it's crazy. It blows me away on a daily. But I've been in this airport. Hang on, y'all, I got a cough. I just, you know, they had some face masks at the 7-Eleven for 12 baht. And I think that's 34 cents. I mean, you can look up 12 baht, BHAT. I think that might be 15 cents. And some lady gave me a jar of, beautiful young lady from Germany. She gave me a whole container of coins. And so I went on and used it and bought some face masks. And my poor little bag is ripping, y'all. And then, see. So this is their coin. So the young lady, I don't know, y'all can check out my post. I posted the young lady. Well, I think it was either her family member, her friend that was with her. It wasn't her, but I did post the young lady that was with her. And if y'all go to my post section in the YouTube channel, she's wearing the black and white shorts. And you talk about, they rocking Daisy 10 times 2.0, no, 4.0 Daisy Dukes, y'all. In the airport, y'all. Like, cheeks everywhere, y'all. Like, I was looking like, I'm surprised my son didn't go. Like, she had cheeks all up in his cheeks. Her cheeks, her back was to him, but her cakes was all up in his cheeks. Like, but I think he stayed covered up because he was laying down. I was like, good. But, you know, I couldn't really criticize them because they were like so nice to me. And she just turned around and was like, here, are you going to stay here in Bangkok? I need to give these away. She's like, do you want all this money? And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. You find a way to use it. And I did. So shout out to Germany and the kindness of their young ladies. And I've met several of the young ladies, and they have been very kind out of Germany, very concerned for United States, hurt, you know, in some regards, but very loving. So shout out again to Germany. But if you go to my YouTube channel, Goldilocks, which anybody's new here, I am a certified DJ, and I do VJs, video music videos, and I've done music all my life, and of course dancing. So music is my thing, and I just needed to get away from our home. So here I am, making a leap, trying to find a peaceful place. Bangkok, Thailand was not my intended destination because I am not, like probably a lot of Americans, I'm not a seasonal traveler. You know, I just was like, okay, I done had enough of what I'm seeing on TV, what I'm hearing, seeing. I don't, you know, I need to find where people are just being humans, like, and chilling and living and let living. And I gotta shout out to, and y'all need to know this for real. Like, Thailand is going through some things, but I gotta say this much. We landed here on July 26th. We were supposed to be in Vietnam, and I bought flight tickets to Vietnam, but they denied us the board. But we got played, y'all, so learn from me, don't get played. And but God is merciful. God is good. He's teaching me. I'm out here learning in these international waters, streets. neighbors, whatever you want to call it, fellow human beings. Um, Hang on, y'all. And I'm coughing because we got sick, y'all. Like what's today? Monday? Last week around Wednesday. We were sick Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yeah, Sunday. No, Tuesday we got sick. And it was flu-like symptoms. But that's another thing, y'all. I didn't study Thailand because this wasn't my intended destination. And I was clueless about Bangkok and this experience. So anyway, to make a long story short, we landed here because we had to switch planes. But so I paid for another type of airline to take us into Vietnam. But I was approved for my e-visa, and you have to pay the fees for the e-visa instead of going to countries, which I'm learning. And a gentleman from Laos, informed me. He was like, he was American Laos because he was standing when. Okay, long story short, we landed here July 26th, right? When we got here, I had paid for flights to go to Vietnam. They denied us boarding. So they told me to go to information center, so I went. So they tried to tell me how to still get there without using the plane. They told me to take the train, which I did, and I got ripped off. That's how all my money got drained, y'all. And also, I didn't have access to the apps. The apps prevent you from getting ripped off. Like back home is Uber, here is Grab. And there's other apps that you can use for like travel, to buy food, like things like that, to keep you from like having to be forced to go to the green machine, in which you will get ripped off there too, because the fees will be about anywhere about $10 to $11 just to withdraw your money. But they was running a game on me and happy. I think they all was like trying to text each other and let everybody know that this fool, Goldilocks, is in town, and we taking all her baht, y'all. Because they would charge me on the train 2,000 baht, and come to find out that's not correct. It was only like maybe 500, half of that. No, yeah, 500 a person. So yeah, half of that, about 1,000. But they charged me like 2,000 something. On top of that, the taxis was running amok on me, y'all, saying it was 2,000 baht. I was getting hit with 2,000 baht when actually a cab ride is only like maybe top 60 baht. So, they were having a field day on me. So, between the e-visas, being denied the board flights I paid for here in Thailand, unexpected charges that when I Google it, it's like, no. Like they didn't charge me yet, but they charged a lady that's been stuck here for 2 months. They charged her 2,500 to board the plane. They said she had to pay 2,500 cash or 2,500 baht, which is their cash, to get on her flight. And so I Googled it. Y'all can Google it too. I said, does Thailand's immigration charge 2,500 baht cash for you to board your plane? And it says no. It says no, y'all. So I've been discovering a lot, learning a lot. And I guess, through mistakes, you can learn a lot. So I may be stuck like Chuck at the moment. I know it's not forever, but I'm thankful and grateful that, I had this opportunity unexpectedly and unplanned, because this was not my plan. Let's take a walk real quick, y'all. But I'm learning. And I'm just sharing with y'all so y'all don't have to get stuck. I'm getting up. I may lose my seat because this mug is packed. There's some news going on, y'all. Let's find out. Let me get y'all tuned in on what's going on Thai news. Sawadee ka. You speak English? Sawadika, you speak English?
Yes.
Well, what's this news press?
Volleyball in Thailand international team.
Oh, the national team. Oh, congrats. They won? They won? They win?
US Asia Championship.
Oh, okay, championship. All right. Okay, y'all, we got some news, y'all. And look at the girl right there, y'all. See that girl? See that girl? See that pretty girl right there? She reminds me of my young sister, my baby sister. It's crazy. So this must be some type of championship. She said, or he said that they're in the champion. I guess they're physical professional team. So you see a lot. Since I've been here, I done seen some, Asian Chris Browns up in here, and the girls running by the thousands, screaming and going ham. And I'm talking running over the military and they German shepherds. Oh, here's the girls, y'all. There they are. Over there, they be rapping, it's called Mrs. Rap. They got it at every station. You can wrap your luggage. They big on wrapping luggage here. But it look like, y'all, let me show y'all. They got the cameraman checking out they country's famous winning female team. I'm not sure. I'm gonna see if it's basketball. They all suited with some sneakers, so it must be they must be hooping. It's my assumption. Anyway, y'all, she must be Thai NBA. You know what, y'all? I am stuck here at the Bangkok, Thailand airport. But I tell you what, the first week that we got played, got all our money drained, and ended up stuck here. I was frustrated, right? Because I seen things that I wasn't familiar with back home in the United States. They all over there, y'all, all piled up in the airport. From the NBA teams, I guess they like the women's NBA. That's what and that young lady must be like a Kobe Bryant, like this over there, a female. It should be a female. I should know. But some of the women, I think I know some of the older ones. But anyway, let me give y'all a 360. And if y'all back in the States, we got the sun here now because it's 8 a.m., so it's 8 p.m. for y'all. So we got the sun. So, but since I've been here, long story short, it's been interesting. Like, I've been seeing so much. And I got to give a shout out, big shout out. And y'all need to know this in the United States. Even though I'm going through this problem, and I'm stuck, y'all. Hear me clearly and understand this clearly. If you are in the United States, I guess, or any country, but especially where I'm from in the United States, and I'm born and raised in Ohio, but I left Memphis, Tennessee, because that's where my family is currently at, and I flew out of Atlanta, Georgia. But I'm going to say this much, y'all. Thai police, Thai military, and the Thai people are very peaceful, very friendly. They have not harassed us. They have not threatened us. They have not bothered us. Now, there was one police female, she asked why my son was laying down, which he right there, he's still laying. He's trying to catch up on some rest. Because since we've been here, and the whole ordeal, his sleep is knocked off. Because, the lights never go off. And your body is, on a circadian rhythm. Just Google circadian rhythm, where when the sun go down, you're supposed to go to sleep. Because during the daytime, and a shout out to Dr. Yakai Awaken for teaching this. And he's not the only one to teach this, but he taught me, or reminded me, that when the sun go down, throughout your whole day when the sun is up and you're out in the sunlight getting vitamin D and stuff, your body is building melatonin, which the word mellow is in that, to get you ready for when the sun go down, you're mellow enough, relaxed enough to fall asleep. So being here in this building, the lights stay on, and for about 20, 21 hours strong, it's packed jam in here. There's, everybody talking different languages. You hear different sounds, you hear a lot of movement, and it makes it hard to sleep. So it messes up your circadian rhythm. And the little German sweet girls, they spoke good English too, by the way, which I was grateful for. They gave me that bucket of coins. I went and got these black face masks, and I covered his eyes up so it can imitate the dark. So he been sleeping better because he was going off, y'all. My son was like aggravated. He was knocked off. He was like, I could tell, like, being in here, as long as we've been in here, he's been knocked off. But it's moving and grooving. You think it was Saturday and Sunday again. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday is pretty packed up in here, y'all. But anyway, I'm thankful and grateful he sleep. But that's the point. It goes back to the point that Thai police, Thai authorities, they walking through here with the military. They got dogs. They got their German shepherds. And nobody has bothered us, and it's kept me in a state of peace, y'all. So if you ever get stranded here, that part I am grateful for. I didn't expect that. I thought, okay, I'm about to go through some stress, extra stress, on top of trying to deal with my problem. Like, if you back in the States, you could be, going through some issues. Say if I was stranded in the States, which I've never been. I don't know if, the airport will call the police and make me leave, So nobody's bothered me here. So I am so thankful, and shout out to Thailand for that. And they peaceful, they mind their business. No matter what you're going through, if they see you arguing, they'll just look. And then I've seen a few people arguing, like, I guess they're from other countries. And they let them go through the process of being a human being, aggravated, whatever the case may be, frustrated, maybe tired because you've been, traveling, whatever the case may be. They let you be a human being. They don't come and threaten you and add more weight to your problem that you're going through. And that's what I love. It's like when you're having a crisis in America, folks don't want to call the police because then they like, what could be something minor, you be on the front page news because the police done shot you up. And it's like, but you don't get that here. So I am so deeply, my heart is so light. My heart is not heavy. So God has let me see this experience. And since I've been here now in this building for going on 3 weeks. And they just, they leave you at ease, at peace. So, and there has been some negatives, that I experienced because, again, I come out of the United States. So, every country, every nation, they do things differently. And like, for me, the reason why we got sick real bad is because they don't cover their mouth when they sneeze and cough. they'll just go achoo and spray up. If you in their proximity, you getting sprayed up. Or if they coughing, they be like, huh. And you know, if you in their shot range, you getting on, you getting coughed on. And another thing that I noticed that they do, and I'm assuming they do it, it's not just, people from other countries, like India or whatever, they dig up their nose. Like, I mean, they be digging for gold. Like when you like 2 and 3 years old, you don't know, little kid just, they don't get tissue and blow their nose and then go wash their hands. Because I was irritated because I didn't see no sanitizer nowhere. I'm like, everybody coughing, sneezing, and digging for gold. I mean, I seen 70-year-olds and 80-year-olds just digging. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, please. So look at this lady's dress. Let me see if I can show you. Her dress is pretty. I've been seeing some really pretty dresses. Check this lady out, y'all. They be rocking some swag, y'all. They got some swagoo up in here. Some ragu, organic that is, swagoo. I mean, I've been seeing some stuff, y'all. Look at this. Look at these. That's some of the flight attendants and stuff and pilots. But each country got their own theme, and I think it's dope. I've been seeing a lot of stuff. But yeah, just to, look at this lady, y'all. It be some swag up in here, y'all, because I love fashion too, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a real, like, I'm more of an organic, natural person, because, I don't rock makeup or nothing like that. But I gotta have my shea butter. I don't play. I don't play, bruh. I need my shea butter. I need my shea butter. Look at this lady. Where you at, sister? And I've been talking to a lot of Muslims, especially out of the UAE, like Dubai. And let me be nosy, y'all. And, they've been putting me on more detail onto the Quran and why they ladies are covered. Because when we stopped we went from Atlanta, Georgia to UAE. Oh, check her out. She must be one of they hoopers, y'all. She must be one of the, I'm going to get, okay. Look at her. United States, check her out. Yeah. They getting pictures, so I don't know who she is, but she must be like a female Kobe Bryant. I don't know. But everybody had film on her, so she must be one of their star hoopers, I guess. I mean, tell me, Thailand, y'all know. I just put her up on film. I mean, she running around the airport, so I got up in her grillies. Because that's one thing I'll do. Because that's one thing I've always done. Here's some of their military, y'all. Okay, so that was cool. That was fun. I love that. I'm thankful and grateful. Those are the experiences I've been experiencing. Like, that's one of the hoopers, one of their famous players in Thailand. So they ain't got no bodyguards or no team, like people keeping an eye up on them. My son is sleeping. I'm so thankful and grateful. People looking, like running into people because it stays so crowded, y'all. But anyway, yeah. So we got sick. Me and my son, we've been sick since. We were sick last week. We literally had fever, chills, body ache, throat on the like being cut up like we just chewing on glass, y'all. Something I ain't never experienced in America. But again, look at this little lady rocking in her purple. She got to be a. Oh, look, there's the basketball team, y'all. That must be their flight attendant for their flight. But you know, this was a cool experience seeing and hearing all this. I mean, I don't know, you know, I don't have apparently, you know, there go their crew, y'all. The news crew. Dude got the camera on some of their major players, I guess. They said that they was they're not state, but they Thailand's internet or national champion. So I guess y'all met. I should have asked her name, but I don't know if she spoke English, and I didn't want to hold them up since they are flying. But it's been cool being stuck here. That's one of Bangkok's largest airport. I think the largest airport. Because my son and we arrived here July 26th. And like I say, I bought tickets for us to fly into Vietnam. And our our e-visas were delayed. Mine's got approved on August 6th. And my son's never got approved. So I don't know what's going on, y'all. But I know they gave me the runaround. I was told I could take a plane, or not a plane. I know I could take the plane. I paid for tickets, but we were denied the board. But they said I could take their train or their bus. Y'all. That's some more they Thai hoopers. They Thai hooping. I'm assuming they basketball players. They female professional basketball players, and they must be wealthy because they got the news all up in their grills. So I was told at the information center from the folks that say, yeah, we speak English, but technically it's broken English. They don't speak it because they gave me all the wrong information, and I got all my money drained that I was using to live off of in Vietnam. So what happened was they told me to take the sleeper train. So we did. The sleeper train was an 11-hour train where you can sleep, a room you can sleep, different beds or whatever, and or you could get just a private room, and take the train all the way to the border, which I was unaware of. We ended up at the border of Laos, and we ended up in a town called Nung Khai. And they don't like Americans. We were the only Americans there, and they treated us wrong. It was an old man that helped me, and they was trying to prevent him from helping me, because I had to bring out the day of hustle. Like, I had to break down because they would not let us get a taxi. They kept telling me every 15 minutes. So after an hour, I'm like, y'all picking up everybody else, but y'all not picking us up. Why you, don't tell me 15 minutes in your broken English, and y'all laughing and you're not coming through. So, I'm like, I told my son, I'm like, I'll be back. So I was asking people, I'm like, you speak English? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, where's the train station? Can you tell me? I don't know nothing about this city. I've never been in, this Bangkok. I've never been here. I don't know nothing about here. That's like somebody in Thailand has lived here all their life and they just get dumped in New York City. They're going to be like, I don't know nothing. I don't know nobody. So anyway, I started asking around. So I started walking, and they saw me walking, and they was going, oh, she's going to cry. I'm like, oh, so y'all can speak English. And I'm like, y'all just don't know who y'all dealing with. Oh, like, if I got to hustle, I know how to do that. So I did find my way. I did walk all the way to the train station. And when I got there, the lady was like, all the seats and all the sleepers were sold. And that we wasn't going to get no more until like 3 or 4 days later, and I'm like, I am not staying in this town, and they acting crazy. It's a no for me. So on the way out, it was two other taxi drivers. They were separate from the ones that was picking people up at immigrations where they kept denying us transportation. And every time I would take our luggage to put it on whatever the thing is, they'd be like, look like a half bike and a half like the back end you load up on. They kept denying me and my son to get on, which is wrong to do another human being like that. But anyway, that's another video. But so they were talking to me, and I think they kind of sensed what was going on. Like, I guess they city know. They got a census, an agreement amongst each other, like, yeah, don't pick up nobody from America or the West or something like that. So, and, deny us service, deny us whatever, or charge us extra fees, or say it's this much baht when it's really not. And that's pretty much what happened in Laos. Like, in Laos, I did meet some gentleman. He said his name was Donnie. He showed me his driver's license. He said, I'm a Laos American. He's like, you and your son is getting played. He's like, because for one, you don't speak the language. And he was like, do you speak Thai? I'm like, nope. He was like, you getting played. That's why you in the mess you in, because you don't speak the language, and they know it. He's like, they standing there right now contemplating how much money they gonna get out of y'all, because they did. When I Google it, if you Google Laos, Laos, entry visa is $20 per person, but they were charging me and my son $40 US per person, plus an additional $300, and it doesn't say anything about the extra $300. So, long story short, I left the train station. I started walking back to where my son was at immigration, and an old man came up on me. He was like, come. And so the two guys I was talking to, I guess they part of the taxi crew, they were saying, oh, don't listen. The one that could speak pretty good, decent English, he was like, don't listen to him. He cuckoo, he crazy. So I'm like, it's all good. So I just started walking. And as I was like about a quarter of a mile going back to where my son was at immigration, the old man pulled up on me, and he was like, get in. So, he loaded my luggage. I had a little carry-on I was pulling with me. He threw that in the back. He told me to get in the back. And he was like, he started driving, and I was like, me and my son are at the immigration. So he ended up taking me to the police, and I'm sitting there, he going, wait, and the little old man running. I'm like, okay, Father God said be still, so I'm gonna be still, let the old man do what he do. So the officer came out here, and he asked me what's going on, like what's happening, and I'm like, well, I'm getting refused to get a taxi. This little old man is helping me, and I mean, he was elderly, but he was doing his thing. And so I told him, the officer said for me and my son to take a bus and get out and come back to Bangkok, Bangkok. And so that's what we did. And the bus ride was nice. It was 10-hour bus ride. It's like a double Dutch bus. And it is like your seats go all the way back where you can lounge back and go to sleep. And they gave us a snack and stuff. That was a blessing. But again, they took advantage of us because they charged us like 550 baht when it only should be like 250 baht. So, my money was in US dollars was getting drained from people knowing that we can't speak the language and looking at the price list, But when I Google it, it says something different. And then if you start to debate with the people, they be going off in their language, especially in Laos, the military and the immigration, officers was like screaming and stuff. And I'm like, listen, I'm not yelling. I'm not out of control. I'm standing here quietly listening. It doesn't require you to be yelling and screaming and looking frustrated and going off. There ain't no reason for that. So anyway, I got out of there. The little old man took me and my son and our bags to their bus station. They charged us 550 baht each. And then we ended up coming back in from Laos into Thailand. They re-stamped our passports, and then we took the bus 10 hours back here to the airport. So, and that whole trip, that whole fiasco that they told us to do instead of flying, took a total of like 4 days. And then when we're at the bus station and getting a taxi or whatever, they call it a Grab here if you got the Grab app. But we got a taxi from the bus station to back to this airport. They charged me 2,000 baht. And then, you know, other people going, no, that's not right, that they overcharged you. So, you know, because if you Google 2,000 baht, that's like $50, $60 when it only should have been like 20. So I hope y'all learn from me and learn. And again, like I had some people on YouTube commenting and on other, you know, people's channels. Like I go to Austin Holloman's channel. You know, he's a traveler. A lot of people like Mary Jane Byarm, they're seasonal travelers. And they're younger people. They're like, you know, late 20s, early 30s. They're young travelers, but they've been traveling since they was, you know, teenagers or young adults, like 20 or, you know, teenagers. And it can be, you know, older people traveling, you know, well-seasoned travelers. I am not. I just took a leap of faith. I said, Father God, I done had enough of what America doing. I need a break. And I just said, look, I'm going. And the only country I studied was the country I was going to, and that was Vietnam. But I didn't know that Thailand, Laos, maybe even Cambodia, I didn't go that route. They playing gatekeeper, y'all. In other words, you got to pay these fees to try to get there into Vietnam. I think they know that it is a gem because a lot of people that I've been talking to, they loud. The point that I'm making is I've learned that these countries are gatekeeping, and I tried to get, and that's another thing I'm gonna do next time. I tried to get a straight through flight straight to Vietnam, but I noticed here in Bangkok you could get here for $600-$700 one-way flight. Versus if you went straight into the Nam, that can get you their one-way flights was like 15, 16, 1,800 one way. So I would rather pay that and go directly to the country and avoid what I'm going through. So these are some of the things that I learned. You know, yeah, I'm a newbie. Yeah, I got my money drained. Yes, I'm stuck. Until I get either somebody donate frequent flyer miles to get us out of here. And the next destination that I think will be best for us, because my son's e-visa is still processing, and it's August, 17th, 18th? Yes, August 17th here. It's August 16th back in the States. They approved I got my e-visa. It approved August 6th. But they never approved my son's, and I'm not leaving him here. We came together, we gonna be together. You was born from me, we gonna leave together. I'm not leaving him here, and I'm gone. He wouldn't be able to survive none of this, because he didn't plan none of it anyway. I did. He don't have nothing to do with him. He's just like a little kid when it comes to planning stuff like this. When I did it, I did this. So, you know, this don't got nothing to do with him. It'd be different if, you know, he knew how to move and groove like that. And even with me doing this, like I say, you know, I'm learning, but I got took advantage of. But it's a hard lesson learned, but nonetheless, now I know what not to do. I know what to avoid. Like, and I can at least share that with you all. So if anybody out there in the U.S. want to say, look, I done had enough of this, and I want to get my Tupac on, I'm going to leave a little letter, and I'm going to get ghost. I need to find a peaceful place where I can go, you know, because I'm feeling low, and I want to just, you know, recover, do a little bit of R&R. So, and we all have a right to do that. You know, you have to feel comfortable. You shouldn't be stressed out about bills, food prices, left and right, you know, our people killing each other, shootings. The kids are shooting, the teenagers are shooting, the cops are shooting, everybody's shooting. Like, I'm like, look, I'm shooting up out of here. I'm tired. I'm finished and I'm done. And it's complete. It's done. It's over. I'm cooked. I'm done. I need some peace. You know, my groove is, you know, I'm a DJ, VJ. I love, you know, music and dance. I want everybody to be kumbaya, happy. I don't care what color you are, what race you are. I don't care about none of that. I just want you to have a loving heart around me. Like, be kind, you know, be respectful, be loving, you know, understand compassion. If somebody's hurt, what they're going through. You know, United States, we got a, you know, a long way to go when it comes to all those points that, you know, will make a person do what I did. Like, I got to give. It's a no. It's a no. And, you know, and they're bringing that and it's oozing on other nations. You know, and they're looking at tricks of the trades of not to be right. You know, and it's sad because I don't think nobody should pick up habits and behavior that is self-defeating the actual the billions of people out here, the millions and billions of people. You know, you got to care about the people, because personally, your nation is only healthy and happy as your people. If you got a whole nation of stressed, angry, aggravated souls, you're going to have stuff happen that shouldn't happen, you know? And so anyway, that's my little bit of my backstory. And shout out, you know, I love America. I love my country. I love people, but it's such a lot that's going on that is so toxic and so painful and so hurtful. I don't want to see my fellow United States American getting shot. I don't want to see nobody getting hurt. I don't want to see nobody homeless. I don't want to see nobody hungry. I don't want to see nobody going, why can I eat a salad and have me a smoothie? I got to drink water and eat an air burger. You know, you shouldn't have to go through that. Not when you got a country that's wealthy. And amongst other things that I'm just going to not even speak on that y'all know. But it's draining. Like, I haven't been in Yahoo or the news, United States news. I haven't been in there until last night. I popped in there. Look at this lady, y'all. Go on with your bad self, sister. Get that sister some propers. And she's stylish with it, y'all. And that's another thing. Let me put y'all on game on that. She is her people. They from the Middle East, right? I left, my son and I flew out of Atlanta, Georgia airport. We took the 14-hour flight into Abu Dhabi. I got treated, because, you know, this is just how I rock. I'm like this, period. But seem like I'm blending in, and I'm looking like the locals here, and they would treat me as such. Like it was tripping me out. But the UAE, Abu Dhabi, about 10 minutes from Dubai. It's nothing but blacks and Arabs living good together, and they treated us good. They put us in a beautiful hotel room. I did get ripped off on one taxi, but the hotel paid for it, and they said they would get it back from the airport. So they work in harmony there, and they look out for you there. And I've been invited by many that I've been speaking to here, passing through the airport, you know, asking, like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? And I don't know if this what I'm doing with my hoodie look like a dashiki, but they all be surrounding me, asking me questions, and I'm like, you know, I speak English, you know, and so they, you know, been inviting me to Qatar. They've been inviting me to come to Oman, to their homes, like, come. And but I'm at a point, y'all, like, I'm overwhelmed. So I'm like, it's beautiful to experience this, because I didn't, you know, back in America, you're marketed something different about other people. But to experience something the opposite of what you told is mind-blowing. They're very friendly, very warm, very kind. The Muslim faith, for me, and what I experienced firsthand in Abu Dhabi, in the hotel bathroom. I should have recorded it, but I did. I think I did get some clips. I did. They got lotion. They believe on lotion in your skin, like Africa. Like I'm a shea butter girl. I got, I don't do makeup, but I do shea butter. I do lotions, everything organic, and I cannot do a nation that's not into butter, because I done seen, since I've been here, I done seen some tore up feet, man. Like I'm like India. I seen some pretty feet coming out of India though. I seen a lady, her toes, she had her toes on fleek, and she had her little toenails done. She had her toe jewelry on, her toe rings. I'm like, okay, now you representing right. But some of the men, I'm like, bruh. And also here in Thailand, I'm calling y'all out too. Y'all, I don't care what y'all got to do with y'all coconuts. Make some coconut oil, whatever you got to do. But you got to become one, like a hand in a glove when it comes to oil. That's one thing that us black folks do, is we don't do no ashy, dry, crusty, busted. No, you got to be clean and polished. And shout out to Abu Dhabi for that, because them brothers and sisters over there moisturize, hydrated, clean, cut, everything neat. It was amazing. And I don't care what texture hair you got, whether your hair was fine, whether your hair was curly, or whether your hair was solid rocks, like dried up rocks. Them rocks was flowing with juice and berries, as my nephew would say. Like, they were shining, nice and neat. It was beautiful. Smelling good. You talk about smell good, they don't play. And another thing that I'm learning too is I notice why they ladies cover up, because they ladies are built like they they shapely. They got everything. They ain't got to go buy it. They don't got to do like the Kardashians and go get no, butt job. These ladies, God and they culture, Allah bless them in all the right places. So I guess they stay covered up because they don't want to entice other men. So, shout out, to their culture, their religion, and I see why firsthand why they do what they do. And I've been like, here's their look, check it. Here's some of their military. They females and males. They on patrol. But again, me and Versace doing our thing. He act like he at home, and nobody's bothering nobody. I'm sorry. Let's see. Somebody wrote TB Brown 4772. I hope you get home. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. God bless. I salute you. Get out of there, please. Yeah, I'm trying. Thank you. I'll get home. God got a plan. I am in peace for the most part going through this stuck situation. But I'll get unstuck. But since he also said they probably talking about you. They did. I just want to see you say thank you so much, T Brown 4772. I appreciate you. Ma, I got you. I got you. I appreciate y'all. Lots of love. For the record, I feel safe, even though they are ripping us off. And I think I got a reason. I've been talking to other Westerners and other Americans, and a lot of people's mad at United States. So they're not physically hurting us. They're not breaking their culture, but they are breaking our pockets. In other words, it's more than one way to skin a cat, kind of thing. So I thought I'd let y'all know that. So that's what I think, the premise that they're coming from. Like, we're not going to stoop to y'all level of, crimes like hurting you, killing you, doing you in, or jumping on the bombing bandwagon, but we will tear your pockets up, your dollars up, and we will inconvenience your people. And I think that I can't confirm that, but the behavior and activity and what I experienced kind of lean on that, if you will. All right, I'm gonna jump out of here. Thank y'all for hanging with me. I appreciate all the thumbs up. I appreciate all the views. I appreciate and thank you for listening to me. I thank you. I'm grateful. And even though I'm stuck, God is working. Trust. I do trust Him, and I do believe, and I will continue to believe, and I'll continue to report here live from Bangkok, Thailand airport, one of their biggest airports, and show you directly live like thank God we're live in person, so you can see exactly what I'm experiencing. And again, for the record, I am safe, and they are leaving me alone, I guess because they know they drained my bank account and left me hanging after I did what they told me. But please understand this. They are peaceful. They are, for the record, they are peaceful, and that part helps me stay at ease. And I'm so grateful and thankful. All right, y'all. I'll be back on later. I will see y'all. And look at her hair. Let me see if I... Oh, snap. Where'd she go? Oh, look at her hair, y'all. Her hair colors was fly. Check this brother out. Oh. He got him a pretty Thai girl. And that's another thing I've been seeing, all different races. African brothers, United States brothers, our white brothers, our Italian brothers, they all here for the Thai girls. And I must admit, the Thai girls are very beautiful. They're beautiful inside and out. They're very, what I've experienced from talking to them and being around them. The young ladies are gentle, loving. So I see why, and I've seen a lot of British, Irish, who else? A lot of British and Irish here, men, and a lot of older men too. And some of them got little kids, but they beautiful because they got some color, and I guess they got they history, and their history, or at least if you don't, you can Google Thai history. Like prostitution is legal and stuff like that. So I guess that gets some of the creepos, for lack of a better term, some degenerates, some sinners to come and take advantage in this nation. But I guess, but for those gentlemen that are looking for real love, they can find it here in Thailand, and it's very pretty. The ladies are all very pretty here, and they're petite. A lot of them are not petite. There's some that's built. I was shocked. I was like, what? Like I said earlier, some of they women, yeah, they got petite women, but they also got women that is like a sister, like cake, hips, thighs. So, and you can tell it's real because the internet went down. Sorry, y'all. The internet went down. Sorry, y'all. Hopefully it came back up real quick. But I'll say this much. The Thai ladies are very petite, adorable, cute. I love their fashion when it comes to their dresses and their blouses. So fly. I've been really impressed. And but they ladylike, they family-like. I noticed, like, some of the older men that's done found a younger Thai lady. And some of the older men have an older Thai lady. Look at this one. Look at this dude, y'all. Now very well he's not Thai. You can see he's from the West. But he got him a beautiful Thai girl. So, but they ladylike, and I love the fact that the Taiwanese so far that I've been around, they family oriented. They whole family will take you in. and they loving. So I'm learning, I'm learning stuff that I did not plan. This is not my plan. I didn't plan nothing for Bangkok, Thailand. I didn't even research anything. All my research was from about Vietnam, where I was trying to go to. So, but anyway, I thought I'd share all that because it's been so interesting for me to learn that and to see this and experience this. And it must be God's plan because it's not my plan at all. I'm about to sneeze, y'all. And I'll say this last and I'm going to get on off. A gentleman from Ireland, he was an older gentleman. He was very sweet. He was telling me him and his wife, they were about the same age. And he said they've been together for years. She was Taiwanese. And he said that they were going back to Ireland together. And he was like, I love how you treat your son. He was like, you're very compassionate. You're very loving. Because he thought my son was my husband. I'm like, no, I'm not married. And that's my son. And he was like, can you take this 1,000 baht? He gave me 1,000 baht, y'all. I was like, thank you. I was like, nah. He was like, yeah, I want you to have this 1,000 baht. He's like, we see how we've been here for 6 hours and we see how you look after your son. He was like, that's something I wish I had all my life. He's like, but that's what my wife has been for me. He's like, that's why I left Ireland and came to Thailand and found her. He's because she pampers me, she looks after me, she makes sure I'm well taken care of, well looked after. He said, of course I can take care of myself. He said, but I'd be lonely. He said, but she's the better half of me, and the type of mother that I never had, she's been that for me. So, and I don't know, live and let live and love, just that's all I know. Oh, thank you. Thank you, T Brown 4772. Thank you so much. He said if I had the money, I'd get y'all home. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know what? What you wrote, you just warped that energy frequency into the universe. You spoke it and you wrote it. You thought it from your heart and soul. So guess what, T Brown? It's going to happen. God is going to make certain, this universe and our Heavenly Father, the Creator, is going to make certain that happens. So what you put in the universe, it actually opens up, the energy, the frequency, the portals to make that happen. And watch, when I be live, I'm gonna keep vlogging live. And when I walk up out of this, you're gonna see that you help manifest that for me. It's like a prayer when you pray for someone. And you just wrote that. So you spoke that over me and I received. You planted the seed of someone will have the resources, be it frequent flyer miles or be it money, the resources to get us where we need to go. And I am right now focused on an English-speaking nation, so it'll make my transition into a more peaceful nation easier. I wish I could come back home to America. I wish I could. But unfortunately, I can't right now. Because God and my angels have me on a path to just trying to find a peaceful place where the whole nation is peaceful, the culture is peaceful. But to help me transition into this international experience, I think like the gentleman that I met in Laos, his name was Donnie, and he said he lived in the United States for 40 years. He was a truck driver out of California. He said he even advised it would be easier just to go to an official English-speaking country to get used to being outside the United States, but to transition easier, to make it a more softer landing, not so stressful. Because I have to admit, the first week I was here, it was stressful, but believe it or not, I got to shout out to my nervous system and to my brain and to my spirit. And so the Taiwanese here I'm adjusting, I'm adapting, if you will. It is stressful on me, but it's like I'm at ease because at least the police and stuff don't bother me, and the people don't bother you. Like if my son get frustrated or something, like he aggravated with this hold up or setup, they're there to go. It's okay. We'll let you work it out, and that's a huge weight off of you when you know you don't have authority and powers that be are worsening a circumstance that's already challenging. Um, so that alone, keeps me at ease and at peace. So thank you, T Brand 4772. Thank you, GG Love. I love you. I love y'all. And yeah, I keep giving y'all the sights and sounds and things that I'm forced to get used to, whether I want to or not. Things I'm forced to face, whether I want to or not. And this is God's plan. It's not my plan again. And again, even in Vietnam, I would have to adjust to the sights and sounds and things like that. And I'll say this, and I'm going to go ahead and close this particular live out. The gentleman that was here this morning that gave me the 1,000 baht, he gave me cash, 1,000. He said, I'm about to go back to Ireland with my wife. He was like, I just want to give you this because I see how attentive and comforting and loving you are to your son under the circumstances you're dealing with. He's like, if I had more like T Brown, he's like, I would pay for your flights out of here. But he did give me 1,000 baht, and he was like, that'll feed y'all for the whole week, which I'm grateful for and thankful for. And I was going to vlog him, and he said, no, that would be a disgrace to me for you to vlog me, because I bent down, and knelt down to thank him, and he was grabbing me, going, no, don't do that, please. And here's that guy again, and that girl. She's so pretty. And you can see he is not. He nice looking too. He tatted up. But you can see he's like from another culture, but he got a very beautiful Thai girl. She's very pretty. And I love how the gentlemen, treat them just as pretty as they are. They treat them like ladies. I noticed the Thai women do get showered with, I see them with lots of like flowers. They got tons of food. That's one thing about the Taiwanese, like any other culture. They love to eat. And I'll be talking about that too. Oh Lord, look at this mother. She just popped him. Look at him, he hiding now. He got a swacking, y'all. He must have been doing something he shouldn't have been doing. Now he hiding out. His mama. I love seeing the kids. I love seeing the parents interacting. Look at this Thai lady. She pretty. It's some pretty people here. People I never seen. And honestly, if I never left America and took the leap of faith and said, Lord, I'm just going to get this ticket, throw some stuff in my bag that I can't live without and I can't replace, and I'm just going to listen to you, Father, and look for peace, I wouldn't be experiencing none of this. And even though I don't mind experiencing this, I still would like to be able to go to my intended destination and find where I'm supposed to be. But I also have to think, I'm trying to stay at ease and at peace and listen to the Heavenly Father and my angels in regards to, I put you where I want you to be. So how do I know God don't want me to be here in Thailand? I question everything, because everything happens for a reason. Because I have to admit, I'm not stressed, on pins and needles. I am, don't get me wrong, I gotta get out of here. I can't, this is not my house, my apartment, the airport, y'all. I have to get home. And look at this dude. Oh, he already zipped by. Um, I have to get it home, you know, period, point blank. But this experience has opened me up to a lot that I would have never experienced. But it also let me know how kind and gentle and patient the Thai culture is. And and I'm thankful for that. You know, when you're going through problems in life, whether you're in the hospital right now, battling an ailment, stress, overwork, an accident, something crazy that shouldn't have never happened to you because the devil working overtime. You know, you just don't need the extra stress from other people being unkind or you going off because you're trying to vent and then they call the police and then the police do what they do. You know, it just it puts layers instead of like, okay, you come to the hospital, let you get your care, get your rest. And my hospital, if I had a hospital, would be all herbs, kind of like Japan. Japan has all herbs. Their pharmacy is all herbs, and they give you a year's worth. And that's pretty much how I would rock it. I would be like, my United States patients is getting their herbs, give them a room where they can rest. Give your room, nobody goes in it unless you ask. You ain't no nurse busting in, okay, it's time for your vitals, it's time to take your blood. No. Let that person be like, okay, I've rested. I'm going to let the doctor come in, the nurse come in. I had a nice bubble bath. If it was my hospital, my American citizens can go get a body massage scheduled. You're going to have body massages. You're going to have bubble baths. You're going to have a steam room. You're going to have some oxygen therapy. If you're going to get stuck by a needle, you're going to have... Check this chick out. Sister flowing. If it was my hospital, you're going to have on schedule with your body massages, your bubble baths, your steaming. I'm going to have you get an oil rub down from head to toe, olive oil, because it's in the Bible, in the Quran, whatever your faith is. Olive oil is one of the oldest plants, oils for healing. You're going to get that. You're going to have organic fruits on deck, organic juices, organic alkaline water. Your music that you need to keep you at ease. You know, everything that just keeps your nervous system in a healing state. Keep your cells at a healing state. Your mind at ease. Not doctors running in. You know, American medical system think they got it right. No, you don't. You're stressing us out even more. And then you're thinking about, okay, I gotta make sure I get enough to keep the utilities on, the lights, because when I get out of the hospital, I don't want to come home to the utilities cut off, or my family's at home and are they eating because it's not enough money for the food and the medical bills. You know, with all the billions and trillions of dollars, we could be doing everything and living like heaven on earth, but we're not. But I'll talk about more of that later. So, but again, shout out to Thailand, the Thai people. Lots of love here, kindness. All right, I'm out. I'm running my mouth. Because, you know, that's where my passion is. And when you're passionate about something, you get lost in it. You know what I mean? So, if my mom was here, she'd be like, all right, I'll see y'all. Lots of love.